internet and I tried to do this videotaping earlier, but my phone kept cutting out. It was overheated. So here it is, getting close to evening, and now I hear thunder. So let's try to do this quickly. I bought this tree about a month ago. It's called Chionanthus virginicus, also known as the white fringe tree, or some people call it old man's beard or gray beard. I love this tree. When I saw it years ago at the Philadelphia Flower Show, I said someday I have to have one of those in my yard. So since I recently took down an ornamental pear tree, yes, now I'm ready to plant a tree near where that was. So before you plant a tree, make sure you scout out your site. Make sure you have the requirements that the tree needs. This spot here gets 6 to 8 hours of sunlight a day, so it's perfect. So when I went to this local nursery in New Jersey, they had this tree and they had another Chionanthus right next to it, which was multi-stemmed, which means as it grows, it'll spread out. That one was so pretty, but I chose this one because I need something that's more upright, and this spot is perfect for it. So here we go. First thing you need to do is dig a hole that's 2 to 3 times larger than your plastic container. So I did that. It was a lot of work today, but my reward was finding all of these rocks here that I can use along my pathways. So I'm really happy about that. I also made sure that I watered the tree this morning very well. Give those roots a good start. And another thing I want to mention, once you dig out your hole, if the soil is very compacted, you can take a pitchfork to just poke holes all around the edges, just to make sure that once your tree gets in there, the roots have a chance to spread out. Okay, I already measured this. Basically what I did was I looked at the height of the soil in the container, and that comes down to about here. Okay, so we want to make sure that our hole is deep enough so that once we put it in there, we don't have to keep taking it out and putting it back in. So basically that's the right height. That's how you would measure it, or you would get out your tape measure and do it, but I like to use what I have. So we're going to take the tree, always try to handle it by the container or by the root ball if you can. Lay it on its side. You might have to tap around the edges to loosen it up. And then to remove it, you can hold the tree, but pull the container away. Try to do it sideways, pull it away, and there we go. Whoa, that fell apart. This looks nice. Okay, it's not root bound. The roots look nice and loose. I could actually take them and try to spread them out a little bit. One thing you can do is what they call fondling the roots around the edges. You basically want to make sure that when you put the tree in the ground, the roots are not wrapped around the base or the ball, because they will stay that way and eventually your tree will girdle and die. So it looks like my soil is a little shorter than I measured for, so I'm just going to add a little soil to the bottom of this. And we're going to place the tree in there. Stay there. And now I do this with my hands. A lot of people will use a shovel to backfill, which I can do. Okay, so I have it in about halfway right now. I want to add some water to make sure that the roots settle into the soil. You don't want any air pockets in there. Okay. So we're putting all the soil back in. That's called backfilling. We're using the natural soil that we dug up. Some people say you should add a little compost or fertilizer at this point. I would prefer to just use the natural soil. You want to get the tree acclimated to its new home so that it will be happy for many years to come. Now, I am not putting any soil above this flare here. See this flare? Always leave that open. Let's fill up a little more around the edges. Oh, it's starting to rain. We're mounding up around the edges here so that we basically have a well. And when we water, the water will definitely go down into the roots. And the roots will be able to spread out sideways. Okay. Basically, that's the way to plant a tree so it has a nice, long, healthy life. And when I'm finished with this part here, I will add some mulch around the top and it will be fine. So basically, when we water the plant, we want to follow the 1-1-2-2-3-3 rule. So basically, every day, you're going to water the tree the first week. During the next 2 weeks, you're going to water every other day, every 2 days. And that's for 2 weeks. And then the next 3 weeks, you water every 3 days. Now, if it rains, you get a day off, and if it's super dry and hot out, you might need a little extra water. The rule is to water between 30 seconds to 1 minute. That's plenty of water for the roots to get established and to start growing in there. Maybe you can look into Chionanthus virginicus too. It's a beautiful native tree. The birds love it. It has beautiful white fringy flowers in the spring, and then in the fall it has beautiful blueberries. The birds love it. Oh hey, it's a few days later, and I just wanted to show you that since I don't put compost in the planting hole, what I do is I come back later and I spread it all around. In this case, I'd probably make it at least 5 feet of a circle all the way around, and then rake the compost in with the mulch and the top layer of soil. I'm not using this compost today because it's not quite ready. It needs to be broken down totally and very crumbly. There's still some particles in here. So if I were to spread it around now, the macro and microorganisms that are decomposing the compost are still not finished. So they would go into the soil and possibly keep eating and also eat the roots in there. So you always want to make sure that your compost is totally ready to spread. You would just need maybe a 1/2 inch across the top and spread it in. If you'd like to know more about compost, I did make a video about it. You can go to my Just Us Grown Up Girls channel. That's 5 different words, Just Us Grown Up Girls, and look under the playlist called Getting Grounded in the Garden, and you'll find that I do have some gardening videos in there. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope you learned a little bit, and I will see you next time. Hey, if you want to help me out a little, go to my YouTube page and push that subscribe button and like and share whenever you enjoy a video and you think someone else might enjoy it as well. So thank you. I'll see you next time.